Hi again, this is Chef Justin Watson. Today, I'm going to show you how to make pig rub sous vide pork tenderloin. I've included a copy of the pig rub recipe in the description along with a list of the equipment I've used. Here are all the spices that we use for the rub. I try to use whole spices whenever practical, since grinding them fresh gives you more potent flavor. Another tip is to toast them lightly before grinding to bring out their aromatics. I use a mini aluminum foil pan and toaster oven. To make this pan, start with a small piece of aluminum foil around 5 by 7 inches. With the shiny side down, fold over each edge about an inch. Then go around again, folding the edge over on itself so there is a half-inch seam all around. Flip this over and fold each of this edge up and fold the corners over each other to make a box. Now, place all the whole spices into the foil pan you've made. Place in a 300-degree Fahrenheit oven for 3 to 5 minutes, or until you begin to smell them toasting. Measure out the remainder of the spices into a small bowl. Once cooled, grind the whole spices in a mortar and pestle. Add these to the rest of the spice mix and mix them together. You can make a larger batch of this seasoning and keep it in an airtight container. However, keep in mind, spices will lose their potency the longer they sit. I use the same spice mix on pork butt for pulled pork barbecue or on pork chops. I find most of the pork tenderloins in the grocery store come in a 2-pack, so this recipe should be sufficient to coat 2 loins generously. Once removed from the package, trim off the silver skin and any excess fat. To remove the silver skin, stick the point of the boning knife just underneath the skin, with the knife parallel but very slightly facing up, right along the skin to take as little meat off as possible. Holding the skin taut with your hand, reversing the direction to remove the other side. Repeat this process for the rest of the pork. Once trimmed, liberally coat the outside of the tenderloins with the rub. Rotate and flip the pork to pick up as much of the seasoning off the plate. Place the coated tenderloins in a vacuum bag along with 2 pats of butter. Vacuum and seal them in the bag. If you don't have access to a vacuum sealer, you can use a freezer-grade Ziploc bag in the water submersion method. Prepare a water bath with an immersion circulator and set it to your desired doneness. I like to cook pork at 140 degrees Fahrenheit. That gives you a pink center so it's very tender and retains a lot of its moisture. I've set my immersion circulator to 140 degrees for 1 hour. If you're not familiar with this piece of equipment, it's a precision cooker that maintains the water temperature within a half a degree while circulating it throughout the pot. The food you place in this water bath is cooked at the most ideal temperature for that type of food and results in a consistent doneness from center to edge. Another great advantage is you don't have to constantly watch over it. You can set the time and temperature and walk away. This particular model connects to your phone so it can even alert you when it's been completed. I've left a link in the description. Once the time is up, remove the bag from the water bath. To sear the pork loin, we will heat a cast iron pan. Remove the pork loin from the bag and dry it off with some paper towels. With the pan very hot and a little oil, quickly sear each side of the pork tenderloin. Now slice it thin and serve it with your favorite sauce. Here I've paired it with a fresh mango salsa. Pig rub sous vide pork tenderloin, delicious. If you have enjoyed this recipe, hit that like button. Check out my other video on toaster oven sourdough bread or wild blackberry pink lemonade. If you're interested in more great recipes, please subscribe. And remember, mise en place, it's a way of life.